Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works. Yesterday, you got to see this little guy run, and for all practical purposes, it seemed to run pretty well. The airflow deflectors that I put on here seem to have worked really well. There was no tendency to blow off, although the sponsons did ride a little bit weird, and I'll touch on that later. But it didn't have any tendency to come off the water and blow over, other than just kind of a little weird ride. The back end looked a tiny bit wet, so when I put it together after the post-run disassembly, I gave it a little bit more down angle. I didn't raise or lower it, but I did give it a bit more down angle. And with this lever arm here, that does give it a tiny bit more depth. What really surprised me is I went through the entire day without ever really looking at the bottom side of the boat. Now, I had blue masking tape, which I'm going to forever refer to now as slow tape. You know, some people put speed tape on. I put slow tape on. So I had all this tape on the sponsons that was peeling back and covering up these edges, and so the sponsons weren't really the sponsons. They were just close representations. They were scale. Anyway, I hope to see an improvement in ride and just a little detail with real sponsons touching the water. Yes, and it has in fact been confirmed that this blast pickup does in fact work. So next time I'm expecting just a little bit more out of this thing. Not much, just a little bit. Although, you know what? I was surprised, but then again, not really that much surprised, that my Rube Goldberg drive system with the extra shaft and all that, it was quiet. And in fact, I did a little work on this prop before I put it back on. I've had this prop for a long time, but I sharpened it just a bit more and dialed in the balance just a bit more to where it was perfect. And the prop didn't make that screaming prop noise. It too was quiet, which is a good thing because it takes energy to make noise. And so the prop was nice and quiet. You could hear where it came out of the water. You could hear it winding up. But once it was in the water, it was quiet, surprisingly quiet. So this very well may be the prop for this boat, and I'll just dial it in to work with this boat. Temperatures were great. Now, the sister boat to this, you've all seen it. That's the American Spirit, the red, white, and blue flag boat. You know, it's a big boat, sort of. It's sort of a big boat. Big B has a boat of similar size, 25 inches. Now, in my shop, that's a big boat. In Big B's shop, that's an average, mediocre. I'm powering my 25-inch sister to this on 3S with a 29 series motor, a long one, the 2968. Big B, and I'm running it on three cells. Big B is powering the same size boat with two 29 series motors. I think they're a little shorter, but still two motors on 4S. And I watched his video today comparing it to his even bigger boat. And let me tell you something. That twin sucker is quick. And it has the advantage of not wanting to do the hydroplane prop walk in a turn trick and prop walk down a straightaway. So that would make an excellent straightaway boat. Yeah, pull the turn fin off and bingo. Excellent straightaway boat. It won't turn real tight hooked turns like hydros on a race circuit, but you slow down. You do your straight line, you slow down and make your turn. That's what a sawboat's for. It's for that straightaway. Sawboats oftentimes don't turn very well, but that's the price you pay. You gain something here, you lose something there. It's that same old balloon, It happens everywhere you go. Like building an airplane. You want it light, but you want it strong, so you put in some strength, and then the weight goes up, and with the weight going up, the strength's got to go. And so, no, that's a cool running boat. And with rotating props, you could put a turn fin on each sponson and do really tight figure eights. So it's an interesting concept and build. I'm gonna put a twin away in the memory file banks for future reference in the future, sometime in the future, when it's the future. So until it's the future, jet out.